Am I the asshole for not accepting a dozen roses from my husband after my surgery? Update. I am new to Reddit, and I have no idea how to update other than edit this post. Anyway, I had no idea how many views this post would get, or how much support I would receive. So I thank you all so much. I want everyone to know that this post was an event that happened to me in 2010. Next time I will write that initially to avoid confusion. I chose to write this in AITAH because when this did happen, my husband made it seem like I was the ungrateful one for not appreciating his thoughtful gesture. Even though many years have gone by, I thought it would be interesting to get feedback on this event in my life. So, for those who thought this was a fake story, it's not. So yes, 15 years have gone by, and for those who I haven't responded to, I am getting divorced now. Other life events took precedence to getting a divorce soon after this had happened, and in 2010, I wasn't ready to make that decision. I found out that he was a drug addict, and I tried to help him in his recovery. We had kids, and I still loved him then. He was also sober for about 6 years. At least that's what I think was true, and I thought things were going to be okay. So much happened in the time from 2017 to now that I'm going to have to post other stories on here. If you thought this story made him an asshole, the other stories more than sealed the deal for divorce. I kicked him out, and we have been separated for almost 3 years. Divorce will be final next month. I'm happy to say that I am cancer-free, even though I had a second diagnosis with breast cancer in 2023. So much happened in the time from 2017 to now that I am going to have to post other stories on here. If you thought this story made him an asshole, the other stories more than sealed the deal for divorce. I kicked him out, and we have been separated for almost 3 years. Divorce will be final next month. I am happy to say, which is the reason the divorce isn't already a done deal. But now I am strong and ready to fight this last battle, as I call him a third and last cancerous tumor that needs to be removed from my life. Thanks again everyone for all the love and support. It means a lot. Original post. I had to have a lumpectomy on one of my breasts due to cancer. My husband took me to the hospital for the procedure and left to go run errands. I had never had this procedure done before, and finding out I had cancer was a scary thing. He said he'd be right back while they were prepping me for surgery. Once I was ready and waiting to go into surgery, the nurse asked if I wanted my husband to come sit with me until it was time to go in. I said yes, but she came back and said she couldn't find him. I sat in a room by myself for an hour, and he still didn't show. I went into surgery without any reassurance from him. No kiss on the cheek with an "I love you" or "everything will be okay." It was such a lonely feeling, and I was wishing that I had brought my mom with me instead. The procedure was done within an hour, and I was in the recovery room. Once my anesthesia wore off, I was awake and realized my husband still had not returned. At this point, I was really getting worried. The nurse said he wasn't answering his phone, and she seemed irritated that he wasn't there. The nurse went on to give me post-surgery directions, which I was only half listening to because I was still kind of out of it, plus with my increasing worry of where the hell my husband was. The nurse comes in after a half hour and says, "Sweetie, we are still trying to call him, but if he doesn't get here soon, you won't be able to leave. There's a big storm coming in, and this wing will be on lockdown until the storm passes." I could feel the tears welling up in my eyes. I just wanted to go home. 10 more minutes go by, and he waltzes in with a dozen roses, like he was the most thoughtful husband ever. When I asked where he was, he told me he was at the bar because he was hungry for one of their delicious burgers. I told him that I had been waiting alone throughout the whole ordeal and that he should have been there for me. He said he was sorry and held out the roses.